Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. The palace of Odua has been in total chaos, like total confusion, as the elders from Ile Àbèfẹ lost their patience. They have been quiet for the entire time. Like all of this drama has been going on, they have been quiet, okay? Watching the matter between Ebony's family, the Ogidigba faction, and the Great Lion. The Great Lion this whole matter has dragged and dragged every day. You know how painful it can be that stakeholder will sit down and see that things are going wrong. People who are supposed to correct it, they continue to support and support and support until the entire system wants to crumble. This is the situation right now. They kept quiet the entire time. They said the elders of Ile Àbèfẹ said Ile Òròkìtán had gone too far. They said this is not about one woman again. This is about the kingdom, about peace, about the strange illness that had been troubling the land. They reminded everyone that the priest had called it Arun Ikōkun, a spiritual sickness that only the return of the jewel, could cleanse. But instead of joining hands to bring the jewel back, Ile Òròkìtán has been fighting everybody, all because of their own daughter, Ebony. They said the Great Lion had tried his best to show patience, but the arrogance of Ile Òròkìtán had embarrassed the throne. They called them selfish and blind. They said if they truly loved the Great Lion, they would have been the first to beg him to bring the jewel home, not the first to block her path. They said Ile Òròkìtán had allowed pride and anger to take over them, that they had chosen their daughter over the peace of the kingdom. The senior elder of Ile Àbèfẹ stood up and said the truth nobody wanted to say. He said, Arun Ikōkun is not just sickness. It is a warning from the ancestors. He said, when the heart of the throne is broken, the lamb bleeds. He said, if the jewel does not return soon, the anger of this ancestor will spread. The whole palace went silent, but Ile Òròkìtán refused to accept the blame. They shouted back at the elders of Ile Àbèfẹ that they are pretending to care about the jewel because they had already joined hands with the Gaisaigo family and the Royal Wall faction. They said all of them are using the jewel's name to gain the favor of the Great Lion. But Ile Àbèfẹ refused to keep quiet. They said the problem with Ile Òròkìtán is not only pride, it is envy. They said from the first day Ebony entered the palace, she refused to respect anybody. They said Ebony had insulted elders, spoken carelessly to the Great Lion chiefs, and even walked out on the jewel during one of the palace ceremony. They said Ile Òròkìtán defended her every time instead of correcting her. That even when she went to the shrine, when she collected accessories from the shrine, instead of them to have corrected her, they defended her. Now, you know that going to the shrine to pick accessories like that Ogun shrine, it's one of the biggest abominations. But that also, they swept under the carpet. Now, they continue to say she is a woman, she's a young girl, she does not know what she's doing. How is it possible? That's why they say this Ile Àbèfẹ is saying, how can you be saying Ebony is a young girl who doesn't know what she's doing? She was married before, she gave birth to a child, and that child is over 8 years, and you keep saying that she does not know what she's doing. She knows everything she's doing. It's just that she got to that point where jealousy will not allow her. Jealousy has eaten so deep that, in fact, there's just like nothing she can do about that, her jealous nature. They said Ebony would speak to elders anyhow and behave anyhow. And then you continue to sweep it under the carpet, and today you want to act as if it is somebody's fault. How dare you? That being that they have a daughter, that Ile Òròkìtán, they have a daughter who is married to the royal family. They are supposed to be the #1 supporters of the Great Lion. But no, as long as their daughter is not the only one, because from the very beginning, they felt like their daughter would be the only one, or if the Great Lion was going to marry women, those women will be behind their daughter. But recall that their daughter was the last person that the great lion even picked. They said the quarrel became heavier. She started banging the table. Some elders tried to calm the meeting, but the more they spoke, the louder the noise became. The messengers from the Gaisino dynasty stood up and said he had never, one messenger said he had never seen such disgrace before. He said the great lion's name was being dragged in the mud because of one family that had forgotten how to humble itself. They planted a daughter that will cause chaos. That, yes, they all understand that, yes, the reason why they planted a bunny there is to cause chaos. But this is getting out of hand. Everybody is beginning to see the handwriting on the wall, beginning to see Ebony for who she truly is. This elder said the kingdom had faced drought in so many local communities that people do not know. Arun Ikōkun is there, unrest since the separation of the great lion and the jewel. And now that the jewel had began rituals to return, instead of peace, new confusion was rising from within the Ogidigba family. He said this is a hand of, the ancestors wanting to disgrace them and show who they truly are. In fact, they said by this time, Ebony's uncle stood up in anger. He said nobody should call his family selfish. He said they loved the great lion, but they would not allow him to disgrace their daughter. He said Ebony was not a slave and she had the right to speak her pain. He said the great lion should not have allowed other women to mock her in public. And they said, who are the women who mocked Ebony in public? Ebony has always known respect. They have shown her respect and everything. But when you continue to fight and fight and fight, at some point, people begin to push back. People begin to rescue themselves and they will push back. And that was what happened to Ebony. How come they are not blaming Ebony for everything that has happened to her? They are rather blaming other people, blaming the jewel. They said the hall became tense. Some elders supported her. Some tried to silence, the uncle. Some said that they called their different royal doors names. Òròkìtán, they called names. They called so many names, selfishness and other. They said another elder from Ile Adimola supported, this other Ile Àbèfẹ supported them. That yes, they are right. It is time for Òròkìtán to understand that, the palace does not belong to them. It belongs to the Gaisino now. If they have recommended the daughter who does not want to stay, the daughter should leave immediately. They say the wahala is not a small something. I'll bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.